Thursday, and we have our house band here with us. And without further ado, you're going to love this next band. We'll talk to him after this first run, but here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the house band on the Big 550 KTRS, Justin Johnson of the Justin Johnson Band on the Big 550 KTRS. Justin Johnson here on the Big 550 KTRS. All right, let's get to this. Now, for those who are listening on the radio, you are playing a guitar made of what?
This is a 6-string lap steel guitar that's made out of a barometer. It's actually a barometer from 1840. It was built by Charles Atchison, a buddy of mine from out of Atlanta. And this is basically a modern version of a tradition that's been going on as long as people have been building instruments.
Hold on a second. We're having a hard time with your microphone. Can you come over here so we can just talk to you on the microphone? Sorry about that. So say this again. Now it's a barometer. It was a barometer, and you turned it into a microphone into a guitar.
Guitar, yeah, and I call it the barometer. So
I love that.
It's actually
now. All right. Well, that's working. All right. So you have other guitars made of other things here.
Yes, I've got a 6-string guitar over there made out of a cigar box, one made out of a wash tub, and then, like I said, this one right here that's made out of a old antique barometer.
Now, guitars normally work because of the hollowness of the guitar. do electric guitars work the same way, and do these then work the same way?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Is the sound of the guitar, whether it's hollow, whether it's solid body, whatever the material the guitar is made out of, has a lot to do with the resonance of it. Whether it's acoustic or electric, it's always the composition of the materials of the guitar,
Right.
combined with whatever electronics, if you're plugging it into an amplifier like I was, how those things all work together. So these instruments sound completely different than a factory-built guitar, even if it's a custom handmade one.
Did
And
you build these yourself?
I didn't. I built a few guitars, but I really love working with these creative builders that I meet along the road
Sure.
who build these instruments. And that's what the festival I'm going to be playing this weekend at Highway 61 Roadhouse is all about. It's their annual Cigar Box Guitar Festival. So it's a big celebration of this tradition, this modern tradition. And there's going to be all kinds of vendors there bringing their guitars, whether it's cigar box guitars, these wash tub guitars, any kind of guitars. You'll be amazed at what these builders
Sure.
pull out of their heads and build in their workshops and bring out.
All right, so Bill Kuntz is hosting this whole shindig at Roadhouse 661 on Saturday?
Yeah, Highway 61 Roadhouse.
Right, yeah, it's okay. And then that's Saturday. And then what's the St. Louis Cigar Box Guitar Festival the next day? Is that the same thing?
Well, that will actually be Saturday. I'm going to be performing 2 days this week, and I'll be doing an evening performance this Friday, from 7 to 10 at the Roadhouse.
Okay.
And then the next morning is that's the official
I gotcha.
festival. Is
Okay.
Saturday all day long.
Beautiful.
I'll be doing an instructional workshop where, if you're curious about any of this stuff, come out to the instructional workshop because I'll be answering questions. And that's really fun. I look forward to the workshop
Sure.
as much as the festival because that's when everyone's hanging out, bringing their instruments, whether they're vending or not, answering questions on the history, how to build them, how to play them,
your
anything
music,
that comes to mind.
Your music sounds like something I would hear on a movie or something, and I see you have quite a resume. Your music has appeared in Ken Burns' documentary.
Yeah, recently I was featured in the Jackie Robinson documentary that Ken Burns
Did they
released
find
on
you?
PBS.
They found you?
Yes.
So one day the phone rings and it's Ken Burns saying, I love your music?
Exactly. It was Florentine Films emailed us. We were on the road. I think we were in Tupelo, Mississippi at the time on tour. And I've been a huge Ken Burns fan
Sure.
as long as I can remember, both his films and also the way he uses music.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge honor to work with him in that. And recently saw that documentary. Everyone should check that out just for the history
Yeah.
alone. But
Now-
amazing soundtrack.
You, if you do say so yourself.
Yeah, well, Wynton Marsalis is on there.
Yeah.
Some really great musicians did the score, so I'm really proud to be, on a list of names like
Sure,
that.
absolutely. Now, you played the guitar, but you played it on your lap with a circular tube of some kind.
Right. This is a ceramic guitar slide, and it's interesting because I really fell in love with these instruments, these roots instruments, from my love of blues music. I'd always loved blues music since I picked up the guitar the first time.
Sure.
And so you love blues music, you end up learning how to play the finger slide. A lot of those old Delta blues players, people like Robert Johnson, really pioneered this style of using, a lot of times it's a copper pipe or a pocket knife, something like that, to slide up and down the strings to get a different sound and feel. Almost sounds like a voice when you play like that. And so when you go back in the history of these instruments, though, and you go back to realize a lot of these players, in the Mississippi Delta, the Appalachian Mountains, these places where they couldn't go out and buy a conventional instrument or borrow one, they had to make their own instruments. And since they weren't usually as advanced in their construction as the factory instruments, you had to figure out different ways to play those melodies. And the finger slide is a good way to do that. Whether, sometimes it's just one string in a bottle and you run that bottle up and down the string and you can play melodies just like the way you can sing melodies.
It's really cool.
And so that's where this, the finger slide actually came from, instruments like these
Sure.
cigar box guitars and
All
roots
right,
instruments.
you're going to play another song for us. So get back, get
All
ready.
right.
We'll do that. Justin Johnson, the Justin Johnson Band. To find out more, you can go to, take your time, justinjohnsonband.com, justinjohnsonlive.com. justinjohnsonlive.com. He has a YouTube channel. His educational website is rootsmusicschool.com. Friday night, I wish I was in town. Roadhouse 61 is where he will be performing Friday night. And then Saturday, it's the St. Louis Cigar Box Guitar Festival, where you'll see guitars made out of just about everything. I'd love to see a washboard guitar.
Well, you see it right
Well,
there.
you see it right. It's all right here. All right, Justin Johnson, take it away. Here's your encore presentation on the Big 550 KTRS. JustinJohnsonLive.com. JustinJohnsonLive.com. He'll be at Roadhouse 61 on Friday night and then all day Saturday. Justin, thank you very much. It was really a pleasure to meet you.
Awesome.
Great stuff. 8:52 here, Big 550 KTRS.